It looks great. Happy Cinco de Porto. How are you, Jim?
Great.
Welcome.
And on X, I just want to add one quick thing.
Yeah.
Somebody on X went on a rant saying
Mhm.
we MAGA people should not be celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Okay. That's that. It's May 5th. Whatever.
Drink my margaritas and Dos Equis whenever
Have
the
a
hell
good
I
day.
want. That's the hell
Have
with
a
them.
good day.
Yeah, have a good day. We shouldn't be. All right. And you also, then, those folks should not be celebrating Independence Day.
Exactly.
So today, folks, listen, what a show. We got with us today at Zero Dark Kitty. You may know her from her podcast that she does with her co-host at Crash Fury. It's called XTalk Live. Every weekday at noon, high noon Eastern time. She's here to join us. We're going to get her takes on all things political and maybe even a little bit about Pope Trump. We'll see how that works.
I love it.
Nobody trolls the liberals like President Trump does, right, Jim?
So cool. Yep.
That we also have a top 5 at the end of the show, which I know Jim and Rich had a little bit of problems with while Rich was filling in with me, was top 5 worst cliches.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't quite figure out what a cliche was and all. I've got the definition of it in case anybody's mistaken.
Yeah.
But
I
you were
figured
worried.
it out. I figured
Did
it
you
out.
figure it out? Okay.
I was mad at Rich for setting me up like that.
Yes.
Thanks, Rich.
He did. He set you up. So that plus so much more, Jim, on another amazing episode of what?
Live from the Patriot Prayer Network studios. It's 2 guys, 1 coup.
Be right back.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, buried in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Fight back rage, flames in the night. No more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. 2 guys, 1 coup, bringing light. No more lies, no more games. Stand tall and truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right mix poison in the vow. But we see through, we feel the beat.
Again, welcome. What are you smiling about, Jim? Let's real quick before we bring Kitty up, let's hear from shopwithamerica.us and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Shop with America, where the emphasis is on America. Our movement is to switch away from your shopping with the big box stores and the mega corporations back to supporting family-owned, made in America. We've been giving these big box stores our money every day for years. But what's happened is they've forced many small businesses to shut down. We call this the illusion of choice. We see all these products in these stores, but in reality, it's only a few companies that control it all. There are thousands of lawsuits for health damage because they put profit over our people. But there is another choice. We found a better way. There's a family-owned American factory with product integrity and have always done things the right way for the right reasons. And this company outperforms the big box stores. That's due to their month-to-month shopping club. They make everyday consumer products that we all use and buy again and again, like toothpaste, shampoo, coffee, and organic beef. Go to shopwithamerica.us today.
Go to Shop with America. Thank you, Buckeye, for putting that up there. And you, Jim, shopwithamerica.us today. Sign up, take a look at it, buy American, go do your part. Jim, let's waste no time. Let's bring Kitty up here. She's got a show today, too, to do. So, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are
You
you?
love mornings.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
As we've discussed
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So
Not my favorite. No.
not your favorite. Well,
No.
I don't like mornings either.
real quick, if you don't know who Kitty is, she goes by @0darkkitty on X. Her and her co-host, which I believe is her husband. Is that
It
correct?
is.
At
Yep.
Crash Fury, they do a show every weekday at noon Eastern time. Is it 7 days a week? It's just weekdays, right?
Just weekdays for
Just
now.
weekdays.
Yes.
It's called at XTalk Live is where you can find them.
Right.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry I didn't find the show sooner. I literally could sit there and just listen to you guys all day. I mean, it's just good
Aw,
interaction.
thank
You guys
you.
are great together. It's good content. It's if you're not following them, please go do that. Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's some videos you play, and then the one, I don't know why, but then I just started getting hooked on it, was the baby and dog podcast. So like the talking baby, talking dog podcast. Which
Yes.
you guys played a clip from. Now I'm addicted to that. So,
OMG.
yeah, it's really that's how my brain works. But at any rate, we're so glad you joined us and on camera, because you don't go on camera, you just do audio.
Yeah,
right?
not much. We do.
No,
We're
okay.
actually going to launch a couple new shows on Rumble, and one of them is weekly, and I will be on camera for that one.
You will. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and how you and your husband decided to start the podcasts, and
Oh,
just more about you.
okay. Well, long story short, my husband and I both were in the film industry in 2010. We both commented on a Nigerian lottery post on Facebook, and that's
Yeah.
how we met. 3 months later, we were married. Yeah, it's been 15 years.
No
And
kidding.
yeah, in 2010, we started doing film and television promotion in New York City, where we
Mhm.
were. We would promote movies, go to premieres. We had a show about that. We'd interview the director and the actors of the show, because we still had all of our film connections.
Mhm.
And then in 2016, we voted for Donald Trump, and we talked
Mhm.
about it on our show.
Yeah.
And that was the end of our careers in the industry, right? Because
Shocking.
nobody wanted anything to do with us after that. And yeah, so we moved from New York City down to North Carolina, and we started again doing what we do. And it's been, all these years of supporting the country and doing whatever needs to be done to save the country.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah.
And so it did. It literally did happen. You were in that industry, and as everybody knows, and it's not rumor, everybody knows that you get doxxed, you get blackballed, whatever you want to
Yes.
call it. And that happened because you supported Donald Trump over
Yes.
Hillary Clinton, of all people.
Oh God. Yeah. and the ironic thing was, and this is not a lie, when you see it on that, everybody loved Donald Trump before he ran. I mean, I
Of
grew
course.
up in his New York City. Everybody loved him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just bad news. It's bad news what this country has become, and how
Yeah.
the hysteria has permeated into so many smooth brains.
Mhm.
And yeah, you listen to my show. I don't need
Yeah.
to say it.
Yeah. I
don't-
know.
The solutions are very hard to come by.
They
Yeah.
are.
So,
They are.
yeah.
Do you think, we're just trying to get just your take on it all, because you take something, for instance, as a simple little innocent post of Donald Trump as the Pope. Right?
Yes.
And
so
then it's
innocent.
amazing how many liberals turned Catholic at that point.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's
I
the
mean-
shock. These are the same people that support abortion and
Mhm.
throwing all the rules out the window. And
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
had
that
a
they were that
field day.
religious. Mhm.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I just love him play. I mean, he can get in their heads so easy, and they let him.
Mhm.
I mean, he's living rent free in their heads. And
Totally.
the Star Wars that he put out, that was.
Yes.
I mean, it's just.
It's
hilarious.
ridiculous. It's to me, it's a sign of the times, right?
Right.
I want to kind of move into some of that, because what are just give me your thoughts on the whole administration right now? And I mean that from
Ooh.
not just his cabinet, but I mean the whole GOP Congress, who has codified one of his executive orders, I think, to date.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah,
Ish.
let it, yeah, codify ish one of his executive orders.
Mhm.
What the hell's happening? What's your thought on this? And I know you have some thoughts on Pam Bondi, which we kind of feel the same way too as you do about how these things take time and all. We can get into that, but in general, the GOP Congress,
Okay.
are they going to ever do anything? This is bullshit.
Well, that's a good question, and the answer is going to entirely depend on how conspiracy minded your viewers are. So,
Okay.
Because there's two answers to that. There's the press answer, and then there's the real answer, and the truth lays somewhere in between.
Correct.
So, for me, I mean, look, the administration is top notch. I think that what everybody sees and reads isn't what actually is going on. That is just for public consumption, and it's still a waiting game. It's still a waiting game. We do not, unless we're going to mobilize, we don't have the power to change anything anyway. So we're just doing what we're doing in the meantime until either they fix it or we have to. And that's pretty much all we can do. As far as Bondi and Cash, they've only been in that office for a brief bit. Right now, they're up against the wall because everything with Epstein ties back to Mossad.
Yep.
And in order to make that light and prosecute people, that's going to do severe damage to the nation's misperception of Israel's role in America.
Correct. So we've been hearing a lot about that, and in the research we've been doing as well, and from others, and it's like, it's not the Israeli people. Everybody's, it's like the FBI. It's not the boots on the ground guys. It's the leaders. So it's the Israeli government in general is probably one of the most corrupt in the world.
It is.
It truly is. And so that whole Epstein. So when you say it's tied back to what do you fill us in a little bit on that? For those
Mossad is the CIA is Mossad. All the intelligence agencies are the same. They're all connected. The honeypot things have been going on since ever. I mean, this is how they get people under their thumb. This is how they get people to do things for them. This is how they get their information. It's always bribe, blackmail, or kill. That's their tactic. That's what they do. And every intelligence agency is the same. Ours is no different. I used to support them 1,000% when I thought they were working for us. Right. But now it's a whole different story. So, I mean, that's a can of worms that's going to go back to just about everything that's happened since the inception of the CIA.
For everything that's been going on, I mean, you just look at everything and you got it. Common sense people eventually are going to sit here and say that some of this trafficking, some of this stuff that's going on has to be pretty high up in governments, if not the highest level of governments, or it would be caught easily. Right. We could sit here and do this stuff. But my problem, and I'm going to go back to the administration and the Congress, is, and maybe this is my way of looking at it, and it could be wrong. I get it. But I look at it, it's if you see Republicans, the Democrats aren't, where they're going to be, right? But if you see Republicans voting against his executive orders,
right,
it tells me they don't support the president. They fall more in line with the Democrats. And it's going to destroy this country. So what is your opinion that we need to do other than getting out and just blowing up all the Congress people saying, hey, just let the agenda go through, let it go through. Are there things President Trump can do from an executive order standpoint, maybe to get to the Supreme Court, or are we stuck?
Well, I don't, again, there's two answers to that question.
Yep.
Do you want the one that I think he should do or the one that he probably will do?
No, the one, give us both.
Give us the one you think you should do.
Yeah, well, give us the one you think you should do. Because
remember, firing squads are illegal now.
I'm aware. Oh, yeah, I'm super aware. I mean, I was the one who started the whole platform them all thing, right? Remember that?
Correct.
So, look, he's got the power, and the criteria has been met to suspend habeas corpus and just clean house.
Yes.
Full stop. They're going to call us tyrants and fascists and all of that stuff anyway.
They are now. Yeah,
they are.
They always have, and they're always going to. There's no defending against that because that is what they've determined we are. So, in my mind, when he first came into office, January 21st should have been the beginning of the shock and awe.
Correct.
That cleaned house, and it didn't happen, and that's because I don't have a say in it. So instead, he's still trying to go this reveal to the people and keep the backing of the people thing. which was great to get him reelected.
Yeah.
But now we want results.
Correct.
And I understand we can't have results immediately because of all those ties and tethers to much bigger and much more important people. I get that.
Yeah.
But we need something, you know.
And there's low hanging fruit out there, though.
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
low hanging fruit like and I'm talking even sitting senators. I'm talking.
Oh yeah,
Adam
AOC,
Schiff.
Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine
Well,
Crockett. That's low hanging fruit is there.
Adam Schiff is a tough one. He's actually kind of a keystone because he's in with all of it. I mean, the pedophilia, the trafficking, the conspiracy, the treason, every single thing he can be tied into.
There are provable things with Adam Schiff
Yes.
currently, though, that seems like I would start there. Like you said, they're going to call us tyrants. They're going to call Trump a dictator.
Right.
They're going to call us Nazis. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Racist, all of it, you name it,
Yep.
they call it.
Yep.
Either way, whether you do it or not. And so somebody to me, like there's got to be some high profile example made quick, I feel. Because Congress isn't pushing through his agenda.
No.
There was a mandate set on November 5th. 80 million of us voted for shock and awe immediately.
Yeah.
I do get the process with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, all that. There's a lot to line up. And again, do you want it done quick or do you want it done right? So to me, there's a done right portion I'd rather have.
Right.
And I'm willing to wait for that. And the grace period is there. I don't know how much longer the grace period can go on for, only because, we're not far from midterms. Let's be honest. Before you know it, it's going to be, 2026, and who the hell knows what's going to happen in Congress at that point. I know. And so something has to take place. And to me, there's always this timing issue too. Politics, there's a lot of timing in politics, right? When do you present something? When do you release it? Do you release a story you don't really want to get press late Friday night? Do you release it? There's all sorts of tricks to the trade.
Yes.
So maybe this is also, we're putting together a solid, irrefutable case. And maybe we present this, July of 2026. I don't know.
Right. That's my position. That's my position, that there is much that they're doing now. They are building those cases. They are putting those things together. Here's the thing. I don't think Trump spent the last decade and put his family in the position they've been put in, risked his entire legacy and life's work to not drain the swamp.
Right.
Agreed.
I don't think that is the case. It would make zero sense to do that. So I think he's doing everything he can possibly do within the bounds that he is constrained by to make sure that we're both happy and the stuff gets done. But we have to understand that, yes, there are ways that things happen. And it's not always going to be our way.
Well, the Adam Schiff, I keep pointing out, the easy one is he perjured himself by putting the document, the scandal of Russiagate, on the House floor. Is that so easy that that's the small thing? But see, that could get him out of Congress. But what I'm trying to do, are they just holding up to get the bigger one from him? Is that why this hasn't been done?
I mean, that would make sense to me. Here's what I've always said. I've also posited that this has to be all of them at once. That if we prosecute just one, and for whatever reason, because we've rushed and they get off on a technicality, that sets the precedent for the rest of them to get off.
Correct.
So I think it's got to be all of them at once. I think it should be this massive RICO thing, like the biggest thing we've ever seen in the history of this country. And Pam Bondi is the one who will prosecute for treason.
Correct.
So, she's going to go for it. She should go for the big ones and use all the rest of those crimes to bolster that. Yeah. Is what I think. So
okay.
Hopefully that's what she's doing.
Well, I get it. It's just we don't.
The big RICO case makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean that does make
it would be awesome.
Sense.
Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah.
Jim, a couple comments if you want to play them. I don't know if you're looking. You probably haven't, but
Mike from To the Point.
He's on our network.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I want to see capital punishment by July 2026, he says.
Right.
Yeah, that would be great. Aiken says they've watered down the word tyrant so much that it means nothing.
Yes.
Well, that's part of the game plan too. The wordplay, it works in the media because you got the media who's complicit with the whole plan. So,
Right.
yeah, it's absolutely just insane what's happening here. I guess I got kind of another take in a way.
Okay. Love to hear it.
Well, it goes along more the lines of how they are waiting and how they are doing this. But when you're talking about something like an Adam Schiff or an Eric Swalwell or any of these freaking yays, Jasmine Crockett, AOCs, anything, but Elon Omar married her brother. I mean, these should be easy pickings, right?
See, if that happened, why is she still in Congress?
Well, so that's what I'm saying. So to me, it's I who makes the decision? My fear is this, all right, is that yes, we have all this on them, we have all that. It goes up the chain, it goes up the chain, it goes up the chain. The deep state, which goes beyond our nation and across the world, is literally the one who's going to stop all of that from ever coming to light. They almost don't care that we mention it. They almost don't care that we're fighting it. It just feels to me like one man's brought it to light, and that's Donald Trump. Him, along with his cabinet, are pushing out the actual truth and agenda to everybody. The media is reversing it and not playing it. They're spewing whatever they want to spew out there.
Right.
Those in the know and with common sense obviously understand the plan and what's happening. I just wonder if one man who did bring all this to light has the power to then make all of that change. I think it's so deep and has been going on for so long, and we're talking back, JFK. I mean, maybe even beyond that.
1913.
Yeah. So will that happen in our lifetime? And my issue is if it doesn't continue with Trump can't be on the ballot in 2028. His name won't be there.
Yes.
Although I'm voting for Trump 2028 again.
Yeah.
Right. Who takes the reign and who can control all that if we don't start removing high profile actors in this?
Right.
I'm just concerned it's not going to happen. That we know all this is happening, but does it matter?
Understood.
Because what the hell's happening? Who controls it all?
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Point one, it is a lot to unpack. They've been in office for 5 months. And we've got 4 years. And I know
I don't have time for this shit.
Right. Exactly. It seems like it's so long because we've been doing this war for 9 years.
Correct.
So it seems like it's been forever, but they've actually only had access to the evidence and the positions they need and the things that they need for 5 months. And pay them in cash, not even that long, 3 months. Right.
Correct. Right.
So it's going to be a bit. And whether it gets done before midterms, anything of significance, let's see, what does my gut say? My gut says probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
There should be something that will make us happy before midterms.
The key thing that has to be done by the midterm is making sure only legal citizens vote for federal elections in the United States. Because if that doesn't happen,
that's never going to get through Senate.
Then the House will. I mean, the House. There's got to be something that we can do outside of having to get 60 votes in the Senate. Because legal citizens should be voting in this country, and that's it. In federal elections, you want a state to get screwed up like Arizona, go ahead. But when you allow these illegals to vote in states like Arizona and states like California, it affects us from the rest of the country, because if they win the House back, it's all over.
Impeachment.
You talk. Yeah. It's 2 years is all he had. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that dude already brought 7 impeachment articles against Trump.
Who's that dude?
The Indian dude.
But he's losing his factor.
The 7-Eleven worker. Is that racist? No.
I don't care. Do I care? No, I don't care. Yeah, and that's another thing. So I did the whole, this is what the administration needs to do for 9 years. So I'm more about what can we do now to support this administration. To me, the first thing that the administration needs to do, they didn't do, and that is corral the media. Stop the propaganda. We've been fighting. You've heard me talk about this. We've been fighting this war for 9 years. Trump talks about winning. We're still boots on the ground fighting the same war.
Yes.
Where's the winning?
Where's the winning part of that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when do I get to say, okay, the war's over, now let's rebuild? Because it hasn't happened for us. We're still doing the same stuff.
Do you think Trump going on Kristen Welker's interview and doing things like that, you think that's beneficial to him at all?
I think so. I think that it's more beneficial than if he didn't and just did stuff. You know, that would give more fodder to the whole tyrant thing. I think the onus is on us to make sure that the 15% of this country that are scumbag, anti-American, communist, leftist nut jobs understand that that's it. We're done. We're not going to put up with any of it anymore. This is what we want our country to become for our children and our grandchildren. And come hell or high water, this is what's going to be.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I agree with that. That's it really is up to us, and it's up to, and thank God podcasts, big or small, are out there. I don't care what the size of the audience is or what the size of the show is itself. If we're all aligned, we're all on the same page, we all want the same thing, and presenting it on X, thank God, which has turned into a great platform, although there's problems still there.
Yes.
You know, but honestly, between X and Rumble, I mean, it's allowed a lot of you know, conservative voices to be heard. And there's a billion podcasts out there, none as good as yours or ours. I get that.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that there are a billion you can listen to out there, and they're good, and they're all on the same page, and we're all trying to fight the same fight. And without, I mean, we are the news now, basically, we like it or not, because journalism is it's dog shit. Nobody's, you know,
you mentioned
I think honestly, I go into that press corps and I say, you out. I don't, like you said, they're going to call him tyrant, dictator. It doesn't matter. There's no reason that Associated Press should have even been left back in. I mean, no way. Defunding NPR and you know, public broadcasting and all that 100% needs to happen. And I know that that's a directive, whether it does or not, but you have to start going down that path, or else it's just going to be the same old story. I mean, I agree with you. You got to control the media. Well, I don't say control. You've got to take back the media from the obviously progressive left it has absolutely become.
Have the media do their jobs. If there's both sides of this, you know, don't just go 92% negative towards somebody and not attack someone like AOC or someone like Ilhan Omar, or these individuals that really are the criminals in this country. If all they have to do is just report what they went to school for and supposedly learned all of these years to be a proper journalist, and that's to tell us and inform us. Okay. And instead they're pushing everyone away, and it's insane.
Well, it's why they get sued. It's why nobody's buying their newspapers. It's, you know, I mean, it's literally, I think the plan is working. 10 years ago, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't like fake news. What did that mean? You know, I just listened to the news. Did I believe everything I heard? Of course not. I'm not stupid, but I didn't literally think, you know, that it was to the extent it was. You know, that they were just literally going by the same script and pushing the same agenda. I would think if I wanted to be a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, that I would break these stories of sex trafficking and NGOs and all. Yeah, I would want to be that person. And
I
mean,
those
honestly,
people get dead though. People have tried.
Well,
they've tried.
Yep.
You know, and James O'Keefe and his entire staff
he's hiding right now. Yeah.
Exactly, because they talked about breaking the Epstein thing. Yeah,
you think so? You think that's what it is?
Oh, I know it's what it is.
Oh,
and again, it all goes back to Mossad, and people don't understand the infiltration of our every system in this country.
So you don't believe Epstein committed suicide?
No, not even close. And I certainly don't believe Virginia Giuffre did.
I don't either.
Isn't this weird? Because the family have they been, you know, has somebody got a hold of them? Because the family is not coming out and saying, because she posted this thing before, if I commit, you know, I am not suicidal.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what she said before. Now all the other victims are coming out and saying, I am not suicidal.
Right.
Is that helping? Does anybody, we care.
Does anybody listen or care? Yeah.
It's just when you've got the Clintons involved, when you've got all of these evil, horrible, and maybe even the Bushes, for all I know, Rockefellers and whoever you want to put out there, doesn't matter.
Right.
And that's the unfortunate thing about all this. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, what's with the parents saying like, no, she left a note, and it's.
I saw one thing that said that they did say that there was no way she would have committed suicide.
I saw that too, and then I also saw the other side. Like, well, wait a second. Is there some sort of financial? Any people have a price, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
100% they do. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a price. And for the right price, they'll say or do anything, I think. And that's human.
Here's the horrifying bit, because they are not adverse to having killed Virginia Jeffrey and then telling the family if they don't shut the F up, then the grandkids are next. There's there's no limits with
there's no limit. You're right. There's no limit to that. That's exactly. I agree with that. Katie, we got to hear from a sponsor real quick. You got time still? I know.
Oh yeah. I've got till 11:30.
Okay. All right. Hold on one sec. Right here, Grit Gear Apparel, Lock and Load Coffee. We'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Got that right. We stand as Americans together. GritGearApparel.com, LockandLoadCoffee.com. Please go use coupon code 2guys. You get 10% off your entire order every time. Right, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
Family-owned, veteran-supported, American small business that you get to help.
And don't
out
be like us.
Coffee. Yeah.
And forget to put 2 guys in the code.
What's your code? 2 guys.
We always forget. I don't know why.
Even the 2 guys forget. Yep. So, so check them out, Katie. You'll love them. They're a great company. You drink coffee?
Hello. Yes, I drink coffee. I drink lots of coffee. Too much coffee.
Have to send you,
I know. Lock and Load Coffee.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll.
I'd love that.
Yeah,
that would be great.
What do you like? You like bold? You like medium? What do you like?
I'm a medium.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
They got a great medium.
PPK 1911. You'll know.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect. You'll be like, wow. I can't go back now. Really, honestly. And use coupon code. I drink every morning.
Will do.
Yeah.
Will do.
Listen, a couple other things I just kind of want to get into. National Security Advisor. Who's going to take the place?
I think it's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Do you? Who do you think?
Stephen Miller.
Well, that's who I think.
Yeah.
But
really,
there's talk around about General Flynn too. Again, going back in there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's got a lot of opposition. I would love to see
Rubio
General Flynn. Poor Rubio. Oh my God.
Rubio somebody put Rubio in the Pope hat.
Dude doesn't sleep. Yeah, right.
He has changed. I'll say this. He has changed some perception of people who weren't 100% behind him.
That's me.
He has done a very good job.
He has walked the line and his assessments of it all. I mean, he has been a full on board, 100% Trump, and not fake. I don't sense the fakeness to it. I mean, you got people out there, are just like, yeah, we support Don Bacon or, that guy who initially ran as a Trump supporter and has been nothing but, a nightmare for him, and the whole, state. But I don't know. I mean, I know Flynn would get a lot. You think Stephen Miller wouldn't have opposition?
I love him too. I love him too. At first I'm thinking, who's this milk toast mealy mouse guy? Look at what is he gonna do? Dang. You can never judge a book by its cover.
Always the smartest guy in the room.
Yes,
always
he
the
slays.
smartest guy in the room.
He does
definitely. Yeah.
So
And okay, so let me get your opinion then, because I want to see what you think of Besant and Lutnick. What is your take on those two? And honest opinion, because sometimes I think, holy cow, these guys are. I mean, these guys were the first ones that came in and said, when we get the tariffs, we can start lowering income taxes, if not removing them.
Right.
So,
That is the goal.
But then nothing had been discussed until President Trump just said it the other day. If this was put out there all the time, Americans might be a little more patient if they're thinking anyone below $200,000, we want to remove your income tax.
All right.
I would love to see AOC vote against that.
yeah. Well, shit, they
they
voted
will.
against. Yeah, they
Oh,
will.
of course she will.
Yeah.
Mm.
How many
So-
have voted against the Lake and Riley Act? I mean,
Oh,
of
don't
course they're
get
going to
me
vote.
started.
They'll vote
Yeah.
against it, no doubt.
Mm.
But go on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. It's your show. Because, they will vote against it knowing that they're almost non-existent base anyway. It doesn't matter. You understand? Because the media is going to turn it for them. So it
Correct.
doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. The media is going to make it what they want it to be. And, all through the campaign, the last 9 years that we've been fighting for, the media to go away and all of the other stuff that we've been fighting for, it was very easy to say the left was only ever a majority on a screen because that's all they ever were.
Yeah, correct.
And Americans needed to know that. And that's why I got on the kick about the first thing we should have done was neutralize the media. Because the people don't know that. There's only like 7% of this country that's even on social media.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
When you think about it.
Yes.
Yeah, Jim's part of the 93%. He is not.
Yeah.
Very,
Only on
he's
Facebook.
not.
I don't
Right.
like Facebook. Can't stand
Right.
it. But
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and
mean,
there's
I
all these
agree.
different platforms now, but America doesn't understand that. America thinks that everybody's on social media and this is the prevailing sentiment and they have to go along with it. The left is amazing at using human
They are.
psychology against people.
They
So
are.
we have to be better at that. We have to use that too. And not enough people do.
Yeah,
It drives me nuts.
Not enough people as far as us people, right?
As
Not
far as
just
us
administration,
people,
but
especially the administration, but us people
especially.
too.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I mean, you take a look at something like Facebook or YouTube or anything like that, and you try to Google anything, and tell me
you
what
can't.
you can't. So
Right.
it's how that's the part, the corporations and the media and the people in charge of these social media accounts. How do you get past that, firewall? You can't. You literally can't. You post
Well,
something up,
America
they take it
doesn't know
down.
that.
I know.
Yeah. America doesn't know that they've rewritten history, that they have changed dictionary definitions and encyclopedia entries. And we did it on our show a while back. We had a hard copy of an encyclopedia from decades ago. And if you look at the definition of the entries in the encyclopedia, the hard copy from decades ago, and then go online, it's completely reversed to a leftist position.
we did that
Wow.
with fascism.
Yeah.
We did what Google says
fascism, the
is,
definition of fascism,
and then
and
we
Yeah.
did
what it
what
says
Webster's
online.
dictionary
Yeah.
says it is. And
Correct.
it's not us.
Right.
Is all we're saying.
Yeah. You look
So-
up any definition like that of tyranny, fascism, treason, blah, blah, blah. And in it, you'll just see J6. That's
Yep.
all I'm
I know.
saying now.
Yep,
That's it.
that's exactly
Right
right.
wing or
Yeah.
J6. It's one
Right.
of the two terms that you see in there.
Exactly.
Is incredible. Give us your take on J6. I mean, speaking of that,
Oh.
I mean, we haven't talked about it.
Wow.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
It was only by the grace of God that I wasn't there because I
Really?
was working at the time. I was supposed to go. I
no
would have
kidding.
been there. Absolutely, I'd have been there.
Yeah.
I'm
Would you have
somebody
gone
that-
in if you saw the doors open? Would you have, if the doors opened, would you have, and you saw, Capitol Police or people just walking,
Yeah.
would you have entered the building? I think I
Good
would have.
question. I don't know if there was melee going on outside. That's probably where you would have found me.
Yeah.
So just saying, anybody would have pushed around a Patriot, I'd have been like, hey, and then right there, I would have been there. But I've seen it, been there, done that. So
Yeah.
I don't think I would have. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
It's just a bunch of crap though. And anybody watching even that day, it's funny because I don't admit this often, but when I first saw it start to kick off that day when I was watching, I was like, yeah,
I know.
so I was like all about that. And I wished it would have had been us,
Yeah.
but we wouldn't have
Yeah.
come armed with flags. They're so stupid.
I know.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
And for that,
Dale and
for
I
that
like
day,
to
Mike
say,
Pence just got the award, you know? So,
you know,
isn't
Dale and I
That's
has always
scumbag.
like to say, we don't cover our faces.
Right. We don't
Mhm.
So
do
if
that
you
either.
see somebody going around with faces covered saying,
Right.
I'm MAGA, MAGA this, MAGA,
Yeah,
we
it's
don't cover
We
our
don't
bullshit.
wear matching khakis either.
No.
No, we don't. You know,
Yeah.
not on
No,
purpose.
we don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we don't. That's not
OMG.
what we do.
No.
That's crazy. That's
Yes,
yeah,
no.
it was nuts. So when we saw it too, and we've had the pleasure of talking to some January 6ers, and there's even infighting within.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. There's even infighting within that whole group.
Yeah.
You know, people who are trying to profit off of it or trying to do that. You know, there's all sorts of crap going
Or
on.
run for office from it.
Or run for office, right?
Yeah.
So one comes to mind here in Florida, right? Who's running for office, who has had a lot of hate his way from other January 6ers. I don't know what to believe, honestly. You know, when a Democrat says something, I know, okay, I don't believe you. When when two of our side says it, I'm like, okay, now I'm torn. Where's the middle?
Right.
What's the true story? How do I find that?
It's very
so-
easy. Do
yeah.
they put the benefit of the country above everything else?
Correct.
Even themselves.
Correct.
If they don't, then no.
I know one that's not. So I do know one prominent one who is not
Correct.
putting the
Right.
benefit of the country ahead of himself. So
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't give a shit to name names, but I won't. But I mean, it's like I don't really care who but he just is not. And it's all about self-promotion and himself, and it always was, it
Right.
seems. So but then there's people that we know that personally support him that I fully 100% trust. And I'm like,
Right.
maybe I don't fully 100% trust you.
Don't you hate that? Yeah.
Shit,
Don't
I know.
you hate that?
Drives me nuts.
Right.
You know,
I
It's
hate it when our
absolutely-
kind we fight with each other.
and
Yeah.
there's a
I
lot
hate
of that
it.
on
It's
X
just-
too. A
and
lot of
it's just-
infighting
yeah.
between everybody who's supposed to be on one. We're fighting for the country. We're fighting for the future. We're fighting for our children and our grandchildren's future.
That's
For
right.
the love of God, President Trump took a bullet. Least we could do is fucking get along.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
it
yeah.
makes
feel
sense
that,
to me.
right.
So it just drives me nuts.
What I hate is patriots that want to put traitors in jail.
Yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
hate.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts. I
Uh-huh.
get it.
Yeah.
You're a pacifist. Sit down. I'll handle it. Like,
Yeah.
really? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to get out of jail and they're just going to all of a sudden be loving, patriotic Americans
Mhm.
again?
Too.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
although
know-
Alcatraz is an option again.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
huge. I read that this
That's cool.
morning. I am
Yeah.
really excited. I'm hoping that's specifically for, like he says, it's for the violent criminals, right?
Mhm.
Maybe it's
Adam
just
Schiff has
for
a cell
them.
waiting for him.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
And let me
we got
tell you,
Gitmo for violent criminals.
That
so-
place is haunted AF.
Mhm.
So
Oh, I've
whoever
never
goes
been to
there
it. I'd love to
is
go to
not
it.
going to have fun. Oh my gosh.
And,
Yeah.
and I don't
It's like-
care if you have an R or a D behind your name. If
Right.
you've committed treason in this country, you're out.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
Mitch
Yeah.
we're
McConnell
at
could
this-
go there. I don't care.
it's just-
Oh,
I mean, that's-
yeah. He should go there.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. There's a lot of ours, and that's the rhino and the deep. They call them rhinos. I mean, they're just deep state paid
Yes.
actors. They were getting the same money from USAID and warmongering and all the defense contracts and all the crap. I mean, it's
Right.
so blatantly obvious and out there, and that's what kind of aggravates me. If there's still, I think realistically, still 40 to 50 million that would vote for AOC, in a presidential run. I mean,
Oh, I don't think so. No.
I do.
I
I think there's 40 million retards out there.
You
Honestly,
don't know
I do.
how
well, I'm
bad
sure there are
I
40
want
million
her.
retards, but no.
Mhm.
You don't know
Yeah.
how bad I want her on the top of that ticket.
Yeah, that would be
You don't
awesome.
know how bad I want
That would be
I
pretty
know.
awesome. We thought
I know.
Kamala was fun. Yeah.
Oh, I
that would
know.
be good.
I know.
Yeah.
You think JD Vance is going to be the one to take the reins?
He's going to have to be. I hope he's
He's gonna have
grooming
to.
I
him.
agree.
Either that or
Yeah.
it's going to have to be another Trump. People don't like to hear that, but that's the way it's going to have to go.
I think-
Honestly, I won't trust the country to anybody else. don't
I
think.
know.
I think JD
I know, I
Vance
agree.
is being groomed to take that with
Yes.
and I think he will be that guy. He's showing it. He's a lot better vice president than we had in how many years?
A lot.
I mean, an actual vice president.
You tell
get
me.
it. Pence was controlled by Trump the first
Pence is
time,
a
right? It's
Douche.
Pence was kind of his puppet. Is basically all that was. But it's
He
not the
didn't get
case with
rolling.
JD Vance. JD Vance is out there, and JD Vance is walking the walk, getting in everybody's face, and I like it. That's what we need, and let's hope that happens. Let's hope it continues on.
Let's make a way too early call. So there's going to be a Vance, and who's the VP? Go on.
Oh,
that's going to be important. I think people say the vice president doesn't matter. I
Stephen
disagree.
Miller.
Yeah, Vance Miller would be.
There's certain individuals, but I personally, you've got some other people out there from. If you wanted to go with a female, we got a lot of choices out there. We have a lot of them.
I don't think so.
If we
you
wanted,
don't think Republicans are missing the boat on trying to get the first female? I mean, the Democrats keep trying with these assholes, but you don't think so, huh?
No, I say it all the time. I would never vote for a woman for president, not even one like me.
Is it a menopause thing, or is it just
no? No,
Wow.
it's an entire other world leaders respect thing.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, I can see that. I truly can. When you're meeting with people in the Middle East, are they really going to take that?
Not just that, even China.
Well, China doesn't respect anybody. So.
All right. China's a whole nother surprise waiting to happen. So
you think so?
Oh, I know so.
What do you speak?
Well, look, if Trump wants to get the cabal out of the entire West forever, for good and all, then what he's going to do and what he should have done and what I think he has done, at least going by the first meetings he had during his first term when he was first president, is create this new quadrangle of power in the world to guard against the rise of the cabal ever again. And who would you select that to be? You'd select the enemies of the cabal, the ones that have been denied a place on the world stage because of their propaganda and their bullshit, because of NATO saying that, Russia's the biggest enemy in the world and is going to nuke everybody, blah, blah. So it's going to be the US and it's going to be Russia and it's going to be China, because Z understands that communism isn't sustainable.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Saudi Arabia.
Oh, no shit.
And those four are going to ensure that the cabal never rises again and does what it's done before. There has to be gatekeepers, or this is just going to happen again.
I agree with that. And
so if I were Trump, that's what I would have done.
I've said on for a while, and Jim and I have said on the show for a while that an alliance, however that looks, between Russia, China, and the United States would literally control everything.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly,
and Saudi Arabia. Don't forget Saudi Arabia.
Well, now, I mean, I wasn't thinking of Saudi Arabia or somebody you have to have in, and you think Saudi Arabia is the one. And why Saudi Arabia?
Well, they're the only ones who can really control the Muslim world.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. They got to control their own.
Yeah.
We can't do it. All we'll do is end them.
Well, it'll end up. Yeah. You can't. I agree with that. I do agree with that. It's an interesting take. Because a lot of people are like, Saudi Arabia is, obviously.
I'm not saying any of these people or countries are good and idealistic.
No,
I'm just saying, this is what needs to be done.
I completely understand what you're saying.
Oh, I know you guys get it, but I just wanted to make that clear.
That you're not.
Although
like,
I do love
for Putin,
that's just
or, I mean, the first time I'm against Ukraine and I'm, for Russia. Next thing you know, we're, propagandists for Putin, and we're
I just say okay, yep.
Well, that's fine. That's how you want to take it.
See how much money is going out and coming back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the biggest laundering scheme that we've seen in a long time. Is this whole Ukraine? Let's give money to Ukraine. Let's give money to Ukraine, and then all of a sudden, all these
bullshit
people are getting these, this money, and we got another congresswoman that is now doubled her money in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
How is this happening? On $170,000 incomes, are they? Yeah.
This is the first war in my lifetime that's had its own marketing department.
I know.
Isn't it crazy?
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. So. Katie, we know you got to go here shortly. Just tell people how they can find you, what your show's about. Your producer Bubba too. I forgot to mention him. So I don't have him down there, but we follow him on X as well. And it's an amazing show. But tell them where they find you, how they can find you, what's coming next for you guys. You said you're starting a new Rumble show. What's going on?
Yes, thank you. Okay, well, my executive producer at Bubba Big Cat on X. And my husband and co-host and in-studio producer is at Crash Fury.
Nice.
And you can find me at Zero Dark Kitty or the Kitty Actual. But we do have another new show. Our show currently is noon weekdays on X Eastern Standard Time. It's an hour long. We just cover the trends. We hit them hard and we talk about them. And we end with Steve Inman's FAFOs that I love to put up there. So everybody goes off having a good day, feeling all empowered. And and we do that every weekday, Monday through Friday. Starting this month, we are going to be launching Hard and Fast with Kate and Crash on Rumble. And we will be on it. Yes, I know, but it won't be in the morning.
Well, Well, thank you for coming.
We'll have we really not sure what the format's going to be yet. It's just going to be, again, it'll be topical. It'll be, current trends. It's not going to be limited to politics. Whereas on X, it's generally all about politics.
Yep, correct.
I basically advise the administration from my podcast on X.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Well, if they would just listen to us. I mean,
if they would just listen, they're missing out. I don't know. How do we, just listen to
I don't know. It seems easy to me.
I did a poll last week and I asked my followers if they were cool if I got a chance to speak to the president with having me speak to him for them about their concerns. And it was like 97%. Yeah. So that made me feel really good. But I'd love to speak to him. I would. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Well, then why don't you put your name in for national security?
We were going to do that. No, it's not.
I mean,
you should.
I'm like a tit hair from running, especially if AOC does. Are you kidding? But I have a 12-year-old autistic son, so that's why we work at home and we do our show from home out of our studio here. So
that's great.
Virtually, I'll do whatever you need.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. I'm there 24/7.
Showing up at the office not happening.
Yeah, not much. Once in a while, I'll do an event maybe, but I did that my whole life being in the industry, dressing up, showing up, going to events, doing this. It was so nice to stop doing that.
Was it?
And what's your take on the 100% tariffs on?
I love it. We need to raise and rebuild the film industry because they are the CIA propagandist arm of Mossad. So it needs to be done.
He's trying to save Hollywood, yet 98% of Hollywood hates him.
He's not trying to save Hollywood. He's trying to raise it. Right? Yeah, that's the story. Raise it and rebuild it because especially the indie film industry has I mean, I watched a trailer for a film today where a high school girl goes to a strip club to hire a sex advisor to teach her about what she should do if she ever hooks up with this boy she likes.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. It's a film. Yeah, and it's coming out this month. I don't know the title of it because I was getting ready for the show. But
Well,
it was like, really?
Turn to come to an elementary school near you.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, exactly.
Why not?
True.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when film used to bolster the country, when we would cry at the end and we'd want to go out and be those people. And
correct. And, watch Rocky or something like, I mean, you're like, I'm inspired. I mean, anybody can do anything.
Yes.
And film is dog shit now.
I agree.
I mean, honestly, I can't tell you the last movie I looked at and I'm like, man, I feel empowered. I feel inspired. I feel great. Or damn, it's just such a touching story or something. None of that.
I watch foreign film. I watch a lot of foreign film. They don't do that to their people. They don't do that. I know Crash is like that, but Netflix dubs everything. Netflix will dub everything in English. See, other countries don't do what our country does to its people.
I agree.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's what Trump is trying to fix. So when he says national security, he really means from inside, not from outside.
Yeah, that's good. I learned so much. I knew I would when you came on the show. I mean, most of the time, Jim listens to me and I listen to Jim, and we learn nothing from each other.
That's the way.
We're so happy.
We learned stuff.
So happy to have a fresh voice on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, we thank you. We'll let you go. We know you got to get ready for your show at noon Eastern. Which, when you're done listening to ours, go there and listen.
Yes, please. One more. Crash is starting tonight. Tonight on Rumble. What time? 10? 10 p.m. Crash is going to be starting his late night show.
Oh,
tonight.
Really?
Without me.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
What's
I
it
go to
called?
bed at
Do we have a
9:30.
name?
Do we have a name? Crash at night. Yes, that's
Crash
it.
it. Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
And what's
Did
the
you just
account?
make that up,
Furycast?
Kitty?
No.
Okay.
Is that at Furycast?
No.
The account on Rumble is what?
Oh yeah.
At Furycast is the account on Rumble. So
At
yes,
Furycast.
that's it.
God.
Yeah.
I
mean,
crashed Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
good.
that
He's
Friday night. He was at
good.
a son's
Yeah,
bachelor
yeah,
party.
My son's bachelor party weekend, and I
Yeah, he
crashed.
crashed
All right.
Friday night. All right.
56 is not 30 anymore.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
I can
When
tell
I
you.
think that Melania Trump is 6 months younger than me,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, not okay. Wow. Holy crap. Yes. Thank you,
know.
Leslie.
No.
I would love to.
Hey,
Yes.
awesome. We'd love to have you back. We'd love to have
Thank
you
you.
and Crash together. Doesn't matter. We don't care. Anytime
Sounds
you want to
good.
come
Yeah,
back,
that
again,
could be
go,
fun. If you want.
go support them. Go support the new one at Crash at Night at Fury Crash. Go support
Fury
him.
Cast. Yes.
Fury what?
Fury
Cast?
Cast is our company. Yeah. Fury
Oh, for the love of
Cast.
God, I don't know.
Yes.
Why don't you guys have more stuff? You know, when do you have time to
We're
raise a
working on
child?
it.
Even?
We're working
know?
on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. You guys do a great job, honestly.
Yes.
And thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on.
Fantastic.
We
Thank
appreciate it. This was a blast. Look forward to having you back on and hearing your shows. Everybody go follow them. Kitty, have a good rest of your day. We'll all see you at noon Eastern. Until then, we'll
you.
talk soon.
All right. Thank you, guys.
God bless.
Thank you. Talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye. Jim, you know what to do. Thank you. Again, Katie, she's absolute trip. I just
Yeah,
that's how
thanks,
their
Rich.
show is. She's just so great. The show's IQ went up today, Dale.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
Of course it went up. I mean,
No, she's
rock bottom.
phenomenal. I mean, it's just great.
we
You
had
love
some, like,
you love.
new, like, great meeting all of you. Okay,
Yeah.
so Sergeant Psycho
Yeah,
one.
we've had some
Thank you.
people that have come on because the Watchful Warrior.
Yep.
Is someone who's
Appreciate
a
you
friend
all. We
of-
didn't get to all the comments, obviously.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here and listening to us. And obviously, Kitty was a massive part of why
a draw.
people were here, because Jim, she's just that good, honestly. And their podcast is great. Absolutely fun to listen to. Folks, listen, we're gonna play another word from our sponsor this time. I think I'm going to do, Jim, if people don't mind, I do want to start pushing now Warrior Shield on every episode, as we should. So listen to the Warrior Shield Foundation, and we'll be back. And we got a couple things to go over. We got our top 5 still. Show's not over.
Yep.
Stay tuned. We got a little bit more to come. So be right back.
The Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or connecting them by our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hard-working, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team-building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
Better dig deep, put 'em in the ground.
For those of you, just thank you, Buckeye, again, right on the ball, Jim, for putting that up there. warriorshield.org. For those of you that are new, that are just joining, yeah, please go follow Warrior Shield at warriorshield.org. Great 501c3 nonprofit who helps other nonprofits. All they do is help Gold Star families.
Yeah, and our
responders
last
and our veterans.
special episode that we did is doing quite well on X. We hit
it is. So yeah,
20,000.
please go
and
go follow them. You'll see who they are. They have a big Warrior weekend in September down in Orlando. We talk about it. We talk about them a lot. They really deserve when, you know, honestly, we're getting a lot of help from X, you know, from people like at Ranger on X and all that is helping promote them. All our listeners here, Buckeye, Aiken, all of them, Tarna, you know, they Brotherhood. There's a lot of people who help support them on there. And that's really the key. They just, when you look at nonprofits, 100% goes to
how many can you really say that?
How many can you really say do that? Not a single person takes a single dime from that organization. It all goes towards veterans, first responders, or Gold Star families. A true 501c3. And they're not new. They didn't just start like, oh, we're not taking a dime. They've been doing this since 2017, 2018.
Yep.
Right. So we're talking 7-8 years here, you know, of them not taking a single dime, but helping so many people out. That's where your money needs to go.
If you know a veteran in the Florida, Orlando area in September, or even if you know a veteran out there, they get in the concert for free.
Yep. They come to the concert, which is Friday, September 5th, 6 p.m. Yep. They get into the concert for free. And that's where it's honestly where you're going to, you won't ever not want to come back.
Correct.
So if you're in that area, you can go, you know, you get in for free, just show your proper credentials, you know, and then you get in for free on that concert, which is amazing. The whole weekend is just incredible. You're going to want to stay then for the gala, which at that point, I think it's only the meal pays. It's like $100 for the Saturday night gala, which is just an incredible, and that includes open bar, just so people know.
Yep.
I mean, it's important to some.
Yeah, we do quite well. We do quite well.
Yeah, Jim may never drink again, but that's okay. We'll see.
I've got time to rest, and I know to hydrate.
To hydrate. You
very
know
important to hydrate.
It's very important to hydrate and never mix. Right. Oh, here, look at here. Watchful Warrior right here.
Yep. Awesome.
I'm a Marine vet. I don't know where you're located. I don't know where you are from, and that's okay. You don't have to say it on here. But, you know, if you can support Warrior Shield at warriorshield.org, one way or the other, donate $1, come to the event, get in for free on the concert. However, it works out. If you need more details, you can find us on X at 2guys1coup. You can DM us, and we are more than happy to walk you through the whole process. Honestly, anything we can do to support them. So, folks, listen, a lot of comments. Thank you so much for all joining. We got a show, the rest of the show to do. Jim, do you just want to go in the top 5, or do you want to play a video or two just to ease our way?
I want to play a video of this. Was a rebuttal on, I don't know if you saw it, but this was a rebuttal on CNN regarding the Nazi claim, the Hitler claim. I don't know if anybody saw it.
I was gone most of the weekend, so
okay. I want to play this because this was very well said. And but it's not going to matter because they're still going to do it. They're still going to say it. It does not matter. But the fact that it was said on CNN, it was priceless. So let me at least play that if you don't mind.
Please, go right ahead.
Half my family was murdered by the actual Hitler. You know, in addition to it being deeply offensive to Jews, to call Trump Hitler is to call over 80 million Americans, 35% of Jewish Americans, 56% of Hispanic men, and the majority of Americans who make under $100,000 a year, Nazis, because those are the people who gave Donald Trump his victory. And I just have a pro tip for any Democrats who are thinking about winning back the working class, those people who make under $100,000 a year, who a majority of whom voted for Trump. You should have a visceral disgust for someone like Larry David, who's worth $400 million, sitting there and sneering and smearing the hardest working Americans for refusing to co-sign their own disinheritance. That's effectively what they are doing when these millionaires come out here and call Trump Hitler. They are calling working class Americans Nazis because they chose the person they thought would give their children back the future they were promised by this country. And it just has to stop.
Man, well said. Who is that again? I forget her name.
I can't. It didn't show up on, but I will say this. If you didn't hear the beginning of it,
yeah,
she mentioned that she lost a lot of family members during the Holocaust. In case some of you missed that, I mean, this is someone who, I mean, there are groups of people out there that do not like the term Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They understand what Hitler was from their families, from the stories that came down from their families. President Trump is not Hitler. He just has to be. We played that video back in the 60s, right? That when you have an opponent, the Democrat playbook, when you have an opponent, you call them the vilest thing you can call them. And you just keep doing it, whether there's evidence there or not. Just keep doing it. And they're following the playbook perfectly.
They are. Yeah, that's thank you so much for playing that, Jim. I didn't know you had that available, and no, I did not see it. And that's exactly right. I mean, it's like it's one, sticks and stones break my bones, names and lumber, that's that kind of bullshit. But the truth of the matter is that when you start using those terms again and over and over and over and over again, I mean, and still a majority of the Jewish population votes. I mean, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. You start doing that, and yes, you're taking a disservice to people who have lost family members to actual Hitler, to the Holocaust itself. And then yes, she pinned it right down. Who are you calling? I guess we're the Nazis because we voted for Trump. I mean, that's she says all that, and 100% of that is true, but that's their game plan. I mean, that's their motive. That's their,
the destruction of America as we know it is their game plan.
Correct.
And because the media right now is taking a hit, right? They're taking a hit, but they believe it's only going to be a short term because they only believe Trump's only going to be here. Truth, they know. I'm not lying when I tell you guys we have to do something before midterms. Something has to be done because we have 2 years. He sits there. President Trump says, "I've got 4 years." Does he?
No.
If he loses the House, he only has 2.
He does not. And we knew that when we started this. He has 2 years because they're going to come after him and come after him and come after him to the extent they have, to the extent where Democrats are going to El Salvador to try to save, wife beater, human traffickers. I never saw that. I didn't have that on my bingo card, but
not only that, they want us to go back and get an El Salvadorian citizen.
Yes.
Bring him back to the United States to go in front of a judge who was going to send him back to El Salvador.
Well, now what judge,
that
Jim?
Makes the hell. It doesn't. Even if it goes to the Supreme Court, 2 judges have already said he needed to be deported.
Yep, correct. Yep. So,
but prior to 2020,
but he didn't have due process. The Maryland man. That's who we're talking about. Jim, I have a couple of videos, but none of them. One of them, I guess I do want to play one because regardless of what's going on at the border and all that, San Antonio, Texas still is. I mean, the places around this country are still being absolutely decimated by illegals in this country. Let me go to here. I think I got to do this, Jim, right? I'm new here. I was gone Wednesday. And then let's hear what's going on there real quick.
The
then we'll
678 unit Palatial Apartments says they never financially recovered after Tren de Aragua gang members broke into hundreds of apartments, damaged them, and even rented them to people who had been staying at the city's Migrant Resource Center.
Fake news.
So this has been kicked in. It's gone.
Last summer, John Barker showed us how many of his apartments were being lived in by people who had left the migrant center or the airport shelter operated by the city. Some had paid money to gang members to stay there.
They had their own leases that they were signing with these residents or with these migrants that they were bringing in, taking their money and breaking into our units.
Barker says he begged the city for help, but at first an assistant city attorney responded with indifference.
And he said verbatim to me, "We refuse to acknowledge acknowledge there's a migration issue. And if there's any issues on site that you're having to deal with, that's on you.
In a
Wow.
statement today, the city said it made extensive efforts to keep the area safe. SAPD increased patrols in the complex, dedicated specialized units to investigate criminal activity, and worked closely with property owners and management to respond to ongoing concerns. Barker says by the time SAPD raided the complex last October, arresting 19 people, including 4 Tren de Aragua members, 60% of the units were damaged or vacant. Repairs were so extensive and costly, he's now forced to give the property back to the bank next week.
Imagine that, right? Why would he have to do that? Yeah, that's crazy.
Sergeant Psycho, yep, put a $500 bounty on illegals and watch how fast they leave.
Ooh, I like that.
100%.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh,
yeah, and
boy, I like
you're
that.
right, Rich. We and that's the thing that's what you're not seeing on CNN, MSNBC. You know, they're playing the evil thing that, you know, they're going, look at all the Americans that are against President Trump and everything else, and they multiply it, whatever number's there, times 20.
Correct.
And it's a joke. We know it. Tarna, I was gonna just mention that too. There was a thing on X. If you haven't seen it yet, go out and look. It's these kids in a classroom, American classroom.
Correct.
Okay. It's not just here in the United States. There's other countries where the Muslims are getting stronger and stronger control over the government. And I know some women that would not live in Sharia law. I can tell you that right now.
So, I mean, how is that not? How is that not a law? That's against the law in this country?
There's things that we're not. Again, the media is centering everybody on one thing, and they're letting. And we've got to be careful what's going on. Remember how we always talked about? I'm not worried about the hand that I see.
Yeah,
I'm worried about the hand that I don't see.
I mean, there's a whole city, a Muslim city being built in Texas, people. So, yeah, it's happening everywhere. Jim,
I do one quick. I gotta play this because I loved
please.
Okay, so President Trump did the commencement in Alabama. Yes, some students left. I get it. Don't care.
Yeah.
Listen to what he said about men and women's sports, and then hear this was so awesome.
And I love sports, and I think I should have come here. Congratulations as well to the women's track and field team for winning 2 SEC titles this year. That's something. As long as I'm president, we will always protect women's sports. Men will not play in women's sports.
Yeah. Again, a common sense issue.
No way. They say that's an 80-20 issue. No, it's a 97-3 issue, I think. No, men will not be playing in women's sports. I said that, and I classified it with a very powerful executive order, as you know. It's done. The class of 20.
Yeah. Now, that was not an audience. What do you call that? That they do that was not a fake broadcast that they sent in there. These individuals. This is maybe not a 93.7, but it is a 90-10 issue. All right, and it's that 10% that we always have to hear because they're the loudest of all of them, right? So we always have
out of the 10%, that population is less than 1.2% or something. You know, I mean, so
and how many of them vote?
Well, how many of them?
We don't want them to vote. But again, I just want to point out our birth rate is going down.
Yep.
But folks, not from the conservative families. The birth rate and conservatives are not coming down.
Yeah.
It's the birth rate of the liberals that are coming down because of all these transgender, with all this stuff going on. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, everybody's gay.
I don't want to fix that birth rate.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, you're right. I'm okay with that birth rate going down.
So
quietly do that.
Hey, we will take all the conservatives you want.
Yeah.
Look at all the young kids. The young kids that are coming out supporting President Trump.
Correct.
Because they want jobs. They see it. They're not stupid. They see what the illegals have gotten.
Yeah.
They see the advantages that the illegals had the last 4 years.
Correct.
They're not stupid.
They are not
So
stupid.
folks, it's coming. I know we have to be patient. I'm not. Trust me, I am not patient, but it has to be done.
It does.
By the midterms. It
bottom
has
line
to be done by the midterms.
So I think July next year is going to be a lot of shit happening.
Mike
That's just
made
my
a
prediction.
point.
Book it.
Mike made a point.
Yep.
July by 2026, we better start seeing some things.
Book it. Jim, what time? Not a very popular top 5, and that's my fault.
Weird. I've got some comments on the ones I have, but
it is top 5 worst cliches. Now, Jim, before you present something, I want to show my cover page because there was some confusion. But as you can see up there is a definition of cliche. I know you and Rich had a very difficult time understanding what I meant until you knew what I meant. And I get it because it was a shitty top 5. So
yeah, but we can make this fun.
Yeah. So
like you and I usually do.
It's Monday and you go first, but it's top 5 worst cliches. And I see we've got some people who played along as usual.
Yeah. Awesome.
So holy crap. Is this a cover page or is this?
Yeah, it's my cover page.
Oh, I like it. Good job.
So, okay. So I'm going to kind of give some commentary on my top 5, which that's what happens. It's my show. I can do what I want.
It's our show.
So
go ahead.
Number 5, always look on the bright side of life. You know, there's just sometimes, I don't want to look on the bright side of life. I just I just love that all these so-called psychiatrists out there in the world, right? When you're sitting there, you're just, oh my God, but look at the bright side. No, I'm not in the mood.
Exactly.
So that was number 5.
Number
4. Better late than never. Really?
Not true. Not true.
Now, the reason I put this video up there, by the way, if anybody remembers Ghostbusters, when the Titanic came in, Cheech looks at and says, "Well, better late than never." That's I love that scene. But yeah, better late than really? No.
Yeah, that's a stupid one. I don't
be on time.
Be on time.
So
be punctual.
Think outside the box. Okay. Really?
Although think outside the bun was a great slogan.
How many times do we hear that? Well, think outside the box. Well, we've had 7 people over there thinking outside the box, and we all came at the thing. We can't open the damn box. So this is where we're at right now with this is the Democrat Party.
Yep.
Okay. They can't open the box.
Yep.
Number 2. Well, at the end of the day,
that was going to be my number 1. I didn't put it on my list, and it could have been my number 1.
What the hell does that mean at the end?
I hate it.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day, we have dinner. I don't know.
I hate that too. At the end of the day, all that matters is that you tried your hardest, and you're like bullshit. I hate that. And that's probably the one I heard the most while I was in SoCal.
Well, you know how I like to say it is what it is, right?
Yes.
I say that too many times. It is what it is. And stuff.
It is what it is. I know that's not my
the number 1. I get the meaning of the number 1. I truly do. But there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
You just don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Time heals all wounds. Not today. Yes, I get it. If you lose somebody, if you have a divorce, or if you something your team loses, okay, it's at the end, time heals all wounds. At the end of the day, time heals all wounds, right? No, it doesn't. Not right at this moment. So
I don't know. Is AIDS considered a wound? Because time doesn't heal that.
Exactly.
Herpes.
Oh my God!
I'm not sure time heals that.
It's like, okay,
all right,
so
let's hear something. Go on. Put some up there, Jimmy.
If life
gives you lemon,
may the 4th be with you. Just effing gay.
I hate it too.
My truth.
No, there is a truth. There's not my
social media influencer.
I hate that when I just said that today when that yacht sank with all those influencers. I was like, good.
Now, number 1, Buckeye, is very popular with the Democrats.
Kick the can down the road. And the GOP controlled
house. And the GOP controlled house right now.
Yeah, those are good ones. Those are super good ones.
Fit as a fiddle.
I don't
no
get
offense, but yeah, okay. Aiken, I love that because you say no offense and then you say but. Anything prior to that but, forget it.
Forget it. It's done. It's always. And then his third one, to make a long story short, I'm good at that. So
yes, you are.
make a short
Don't
story
take this
long.
personally. Here's another good one. Don't take this personally.
Oh, let's
but
circle
I'm gonna.
back. We've all heard it in
Yeah,
meetings and corporates bullshit sitting around the table. You know, let's circle back.
Darn, my bad. Yeah. Yep. CIS or any other derogatory term that
turn the left invented to find people. That's good. You go, girl. Another shit when I hate it. Whatevs.
Yep. That really grinds my gears. Those are some good ones.
Those are good ones. Now, why does the top 5 suck? And this is what Buckeye said here. This is why I picked the top 5 lesson learned. What? We have
a good one though. I think we got a good one for the next show. I think
we got a good one for Wednesday. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Me? Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah, I want to see if there's any others.
Yeah. Is there? No. Yes. No.
Oh, Grit Gear.
The grass is always greener.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
Silver lining.
Don't cry over
spilt milk. Cat got your tongue and spitting image. I don't get those either. Those are good. Yeah. See, I hate most cliches. Is my circle back, Saki. Yep. We'll circle back. That's right. At Dale, at Jim, this was the most fun list I've done. Posting with the X with some added context in a bit. Okay. Well, good.
Oh.
See? Yeah. See, Buckeye?
I'm still not over the Indians 95 World Series loss. Time doesn't heal.
Time does not.
Exactly.
Neither. Jose Mesa, you son of a bitch. Me too.
Okay, that could not have been spoken any better than any of sports.
I'm not over the fumble or the drive. Yeah. I mean, like, time is healed no wound.
You know me. I hate Joe Montana.
Yep.
And time has not healed that hate.
Time has not healed it. Good point. Okay, here we go. I've got some, nothing great, but here they go. Top 5. You'll see. Most hated, a big fish in a small pond. I just hate the term. And I heard this as I'm walking through some big fish company this past week.
But that's a perfect example of you on this podcast. You're just a big fish in this small pond.
Oh, Jim, I love you, brother. You're the best. Wow. I'm going to hate to have to do that breakup song list.
Yep.
My number 2, happy as a clam. I eat clams to death. Not one has smiled. I don't know what happy as a clam means. They don't
they're
look
always
like
smiling.
No, they're not.
Well, yeah,
they are not. I don't know what happy as a clam means. I think it's stupid. I hate it. You only live once.
Yeah.
No, you live every day. You die once. Most people. You die once. You live every freaking day. That whole phrase, and it started a whole company, and it's down here in Florida, and it's YOLO boards and YOLO. They're like freaking paddle boards, and hate it. Anyways, cute as a button. I've never seen a cute button. Never in my life.
Well,
saw a button.
Cute ones.
Where?
That one right there on the bottom. The bottom
whole
center,
picture of
kind of cute.
What does cute as a button mean? Where did it come from? Like, there's origins to all these. I get it. And I was going to put them up there, but I'm like, I don't even want to look them up. I hate it so bad. And my number 1, more than one way to skin a cat. These are serial killers that came up with this one. No.
Yes, because every serial killer has skinned a cat.
Skinned a cat.
More than one way.
I'm not sure if there's more than one way. I've never done it. I don't even know how that term,
a lot of cats.
How did that term come to play? More than one way to skin a cat. Who's doing this? Jeffrey Dahmer, has done it. But those are my top 5.
Those are good ones.
Here, Jimmy.
This actually, I think it wasn't so great going out and finding them, but being able to talk about this is
about them.
Some of these are great advice.
It is.
Just sometimes it's the wrong time.
It's sometimes
like Buckeye said, time heals all wounds. Not all.
It doesn't. Okay, here we go. We got the definition. Cute as a button is an idiom that means very attractive, especially in a small, charming, and appealing way. It often used to describe babies, animals, or small objects.
Well, Rich, aren't you cute as a button?
Can you just say, "Why? What a good-looking baby"?
Yeah, that's.
I literally. Cute.
You better not.
You better not skin cats.
I know. Yeah,
I'm saying, who's doing this?
I do
who's
too.
Skinning cats. This one.
Yeah,
if it
I
ain't
like that.
Smiling, throw that bitch out. It'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, what's our top 5 for Wednesday, Jim?
Okay, folks, top 5 for next week. We
Not
got
next
a good
week,
one.
Wednesday. You always do.
Sorry, for next Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
For this Wednesday, we got it.
We do 2 shows a week.
Top 5 breakup songs.
Breakup songs.
Yes, and there is a song by Black and Blue, by the way, for all you gentlemen out there. Go out and listen to it.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Burn, bitch,
great
burn.
Breakup song.
But anyway,
yeah.
But
we got more. So top 5 breakup songs. Buckeye, are you okay with top 5 breakup songs? And then here we go. Grit Gear, the saying "there's more than one way to skin a cat" means there are multiple ways to accomplish a task or achieve a goal.
Rich,
I know
we
what
do
it
not
means.
need.
I know what it
means.
Rich, I love you to death, brother. I know what the phrase stems from and what it means. Why skin a cat? That's my. Why not one way to skin a horse? Why was that not out there?
No, it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. We'll see you on X2. We want to get out of here because in 5 minutes, obviously, X.
Tarna says she has cute buttons. She have seen cute buttons. So.
Where? On what? I've seen things that are cute that have buttons on them.
Yeah, my sister. Yeah, she has her grandbabies that are both cute.
Can you say they're just cute? I mean, why not cute as a bowel movement? How come that got?
Okay, really? We thought it was a good one.
Kind of gay. No, I mean, we're talking like there's some mean breakup songs.
Oh, there are. Yes,
so
there are.
These aren't gay. They will be. Just think about it. I want you to put your thinking caps on, children, and think about top 5 breakup songs.
Come on, we all had it, right? We all had this girl that broke up with us, or in Dale's case, no girl ever broke up with him.
Yeah, no. What are you talking about?
So you had this, and what song did you always have to play to just
It usually involved the word bitch.
Yeah. a lot.
It involves, so really think about it, kids. Top 5 breakup songs. I'm not playing Grit Gear's overview to learn more about the phrase skin a cat. I love that he's posted them. I love it, Rich. Rich, thank you again for filling in for me last Wednesday and for Jim taking the reins and doing it. Sporting events. Locations or actual going to, like events. Going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, going to an event. Like, yes. Like, would you
That's
go,
Monday.
Like,
we're doing breakup
Olympics,
songs, right?
Whatever. But yeah, that's next Monday.
I got 3 really kick-ass breakup songs in my head already. So that I've had to listen to other girls play. That
boy, the skinning a cat is really getting popular.
I don't know if I want to look further into skinning. I know, don't Google it.
Well, we've talked about it. We've had serial killers that have done it.
We have done it. I can't even go there in my mind, Minnie. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Where'd that phrase come from? Why not skinning a dog? Aw, where did cat come from? Apparently cats used to be the ones.
There's more than one way to skin a Steelers fan. How's that?
There is. And they're as cute as ball movement. The Steelers fan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sharon. That's not. Look what you have offended people. Folks, listen, we got a couple minutes before we want you to go listen to Zero Dark Kitty and Crash on their podcast. Again, thank you to her for coming on. Thank you all. Thank you. Those that join new, we'd love to have you come back.
Yeah,
this is the kind of nonsense you'll get. Hopefully it works for you. But that's what you're going to get from us. That's our show. We again, Wednesday, top 5 breakup songs.
Tarna.
And that's a good one too. Well, we're writing.
I'm going to write these down. Yep.
Listen, we've only got, we're on episode 90 on the Patriots Per Network. Are we going to do a special 100th episode, Jim?
Good.
We should. We'll think about that. You guys think about that too. I think we'll do a special 100th episode too as well. No matter what day that falls on. It'll fall Monday and Wednesday. Anyways, please go follow shopwithamerica.us. Do gritgearapparel.com, lockandloadapparel.com. Coupon code 2guys, get 10% off of everything you buy every time. Please go support them. I got a new, look at this. I second that. I got my new hoodie on today. Thank you very much.
Place another coffee order.
Exactly. Best concerts you've seen. We're going to do that. We've written that down.
You are correct. If we ain't your cup of tea, too bad.
That's right. And that's a good cliche. It's your cup of tea. And I agree, because we are your cup of coffee, and that's what we should be.
Because who wants to drink tea?
Nobody. The British.
Lock and Load does not make tea.
Have you seen the British teeth? And also, please go follow Warrior Shield at warriorshield.org. Folks, thank you very much for listening. Head on over to X at Zero Dark Kitty. Go listen to XTalk Live. That's where you'll find them there. She was great. Love her. Can't wait till she comes back. Please go support them as well. Jim, anything else to add before we boogie for the day?
Nope.
We're out. Wednesday, top 5 breakup songs. Do your research, people. We will see you back then. Thank you for joining. Thank you, all new listeners. Follow us on X at 2 Guys 1 Coup. See you, Jim.
Bye.
Bye.